All right, so we're back in the wet lab now. We have both of the impressions boxed, right? For this, we'll use our vacuum cup and the small or thinner spatula. We have two equipments here that we're gonna use today. This one, it dispenses the water and the powder ratio in the right position. So in order to use this one, it already has some preloaded programs. So we're gonna use yellow type 3 stone, but you know it's got white, plaster, mounting, all this. So depending on the stone that you'll be using, then you put the right program. Once you do that, you hit enter, and it will ask you to tear. So you put it there. Hold on. And then you place the ball and tear. Then you hit tear. Now you can add the stone. How much stone are you adding? Well, let's do one at a time. So what I'm gonna add, it's probably about 150 to 200 milligrams of water, of powder. And then you just click start. And this will give you the right water to powder proportion, okay? And it'll dispense the water. Make sure there's enough water and this is working correctly. If for any reason it's not, you can jump to another one or unplug it and plug it back in, and most of the time that trick works. Don't tell anybody. So once it gets all the water in, right, then I'm gonna mix it, hand mix it up a little bit, just to kind of incorporate the water into it. Then put the lid on, and then I go to this one here. And this one will start sucking the air of it. Look, now it's creating a suck down right there, eliminating all kind of air and bubbles, and it will create, or it will start mixing, giving me a very good and bubble-free mixture. You're gonna stay there for about 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. And you can always abort the program by clicking one and clicking twice. You will hear the air coming out, and then this will just be released. Then once we have the mixture, we're going to the vibrating station. The vibrating station is this messy vibration station. Why is it so messy? Because people don't put a paper towel on top of it before start pouring it. Remember, there's little holes right there. If you see it, so sometimes from there, the stone will follow through. Now look how I'm doing this. I'm going very slow and very small quantities first, and this is so I can avoid any bubble formation. I can increase that, and I will, here, get over here, look. And I'm trying to first go with very, very little. Stone, pretty much covering the entire teeth, right? Because this mixture was vacuum mixed. It has no bubbles incorporated. So you see how I'm running it around all over? That way I'm assuring that the teeth and the occlusal anatomy will not get any bubbles captured. After this, I can add bigger amount of stone into my mixture. From this on, I don't need any more of that. I don't need any more of the vibrator. I just need to keep adding in here. If you keep this in the vibrator, then all the stone will go through the cracks of the gap between the impression itself and the boxing wax. Okay, I got a new batch for the lower. Sometimes with the lower or with the impressions, you can throw a little bit of water here, and that would make the stone run a little bit more. Let's put it back into our vibrating table, right? And again, we're just gonna let it run. If you see, now the alginate is a little bit more moistened. It's got a little bit more water, and it's running so much faster and easier than the upper I did. Now, sometimes that can also alter the water to ratio powder, and many people will find bubbles or something like that in it as well. So be careful. I'm adding a little bit more here, right? Once I'm done with the teeth, I don't need the vibrating table anymore, right? So I'll turn it off. I'll go back into my table here, and now I can add as much as I want here. Make sure you kind of like shake it up a little bit so you don't trap any bubbles. Now, if I happen to trap a bubble here, I don't care. I don't care much, right? Because this area, it's not critical as the occlusal. Now, once you finish this, we have to take it away or put it away from the vibrating area. So now we have our casts. These ones, they're gonna go under an exothermal reaction. They will heat up and then they will cool down. When they cool down, that's when you're ready to take them out. Not before, nor after, okay? If you wait too long, then the alginate will start losing the entire water, and it'll shrink up like this, and it'll become very brittle, you know? If you try to take it out, teeth will start breaking apart, okay? Trimming the cast, okay? The base, we have enough base. What you have to make sure is that this base and the occlusal are parallel to each other. So you turn this on, and you're gonna start trimming. What I like to do is I like to try it from the back, creating a nice flat base in the back, right? And once I have that, then I can start trimming the base, making sure that the occlusal plane is parallel to it. How can you do that? Can you film from here? Yeah. And if you see now, as I'm trimming this, I'm making it pretty parallel, right? Once I do that, once I have that flat table, I can go on the sides and start cutting the extra of it until you get that land area just how you want it. I go around the other side. And you want to trim it until you have that landing area right there. You still have a good base, thick base, and the base is parallel to the occlusal, right? This is when you're done with this. All these minor defects can be also cut and trimmed with your knife later on. Then I'm going to wash it, and this is pretty much what you get. A nice flat table, parallel to that. All the sides are nicely flattened. If you happen to have a bubble like these ones here, you can always get a knife, like a little scalpel or something, and pop them out like that. Look right here. You can pop all these small bubbles out of there. Look at this one right here. Okay. Then with a buffalo knife, you can just make sure you got a good landing area, that it's nice and well trimmed. You see, these can be done with the knife or with the lathe on the bench top ladder. But pretty much you're gonna go around the entire area and make sure you got all this area nicely trimmed and flat. At the very end, you can get a sanding paper and just sand your cast like this, so you have a smooth area all around it. Okay?